Hey everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a Sunscreen Sunday review for you all, and that is on Klairs' new Midday Blue UV Shield. This sunscreen has gone through 3 reformulations. I've tried the first version back in 2017, 2018, and while I did enjoy it, there was definitely a blue cast going on. The second version that came out, it improved the texture a little bit, but there was still the cast issue. Now with the third version, Klairs is claiming that this has minimal cast, so let's get right into the review. On Whitecast's website, it is described as a physical sunscreen that is hydrating, lightweight, non-irritant, and gentle for any skin type, even sensitive skin. It is SPF 50 PA4+ and contains zinc oxide and titanium dioxide to protect your skin against UVA and UVB. By containing guaiacylene, it also helps calm the skin. It has a natural tone-up effect after application with a semi-matte finish, recommended for combination and oily skin. As the description already said, this is a full mineral sunscreen. It contains zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, but at unknown percentages. On the packaging, it indicates the protection is an SPF of 50+ and a PA of 4+. This is retailed for $23 at 80 ml, and that is the exact same price and amount as their soft airy UV essence. Their highlighted ingredient is guaiacylene, which is what makes this formula blue, and you could also find it in their Midnight Blue calming cream. It is described as a soothing and calming ingredient because it is derived from the chamomile plant. This also contains tocopherol as an antioxidant. Comparing the first version's ingredients to the new one, I am a little bit sad because the first one did have really nice skin-friendly ingredients like niacinamide, panthenol, and Centella asiatica. However, I do understand why they did want to simplify the formula and make it a little bit more basic, because this sunscreen is meant to be for sensitive skin types. Mineral sunscreens in general are recommended to those with sensitive skin, especially if you cannot tolerate any of the chemical or organic filters. And sometimes skin-friendly ingredients such as niacinamide, for example, are quite irritating for sensitive skin types. Some people can tolerate it really well, whereas others, even at the 2 to 4% concentration, cannot. One thing that confuses me about this formula is that they did add fragrance to this, and usually skin experts recommend for those with sensitive skin to avoid fragrance. On Whitecast's Instagram, they did respond to the fragrance question, and they did say that this is formulated with allergen-free fragrance and have been tested on sensitive skins, so they can tell you that it's safe to use. Take that as you will. I personally do not mind fragrance in my products, provided that the fragrance isn't so heavy that it gives me a headache and that it is the only product in my skincare routine that I'm using that day. Moving on, in terms of the packaging, as you can see, it is an opaque blue plastic tube, and it has a small spout for easy application, just like their soft airy UV essence. In terms of the texture, it is a thick cream. For the fragrance, it smells light and it's kind of like a candy corn scent. I really don't have any other way to describe it other than it is sweet, but there is some corny smell to it. I don't know how else to describe this. This is the hand with the Klairs Midday Blue UV Shield. This is the one without. And now I'm going to move on to the cutaways of me applying the product. For application, I found that I needed to work this into the skin in order for it to spread well. The first time I used this, I applied my standard amount, too much at once, and it looked really weird. My face definitely had some type of blue cast going on, and the finish of it was really off. However, the other times I applied it, I did it more thinly, and I also applied 2 layers, and it looked much better. But every single time, it always seemed to pill around my hairline. For the finish, I do find it to be a semi-matte, where it's not flattening out my skin, but I still have a skin-like finish going on. After initial application, my face did feel slightly greasy from this product. I noticed there are silicones in the formula, and when I touched my skin after application, it did feel a little bit oily, but once I gave it time to set, there was a more tacky finish. This does not sting my eyes, however, I do find it particularly drying in that area, and this is not water resistant. In terms of the Whitecast, I am rather confused as to whether or not that is the tone-up effect that is happening, or if there's actually a cast going on. In terms of the tone-up effect, I do see that my skin looks brighter and more even. Even though there is no obvious white cast, sometimes I do feel like there is a bit of a blue sheen going on. Also, when I apply this SPF to my neck, I find it neutralizes the undertone of my neck quite a bit. So because of this, I am confused frequently whether or not I actually have a cast on my face or if it's just a tone-up effect. In terms of skin benefits, Klairs claims that this is a hydrating SPF. I personally don't find it hydrating, and I actually find it slightly drying from my normal to dry skin. In terms of the instant calming effect, I don't really notice that just because I don't have any impaired barrier or irritation going on at the moment. But when I did wear this the other day outside, it was quite hot, it was really sunny, and my face felt calm and collected the entire time, and it didn't feel heated. For under makeup, this has performed similar to other mineral sunscreens I've tried, where it really does grip onto your foundation. To test it out, I tried it with my MAC Face and Body, which spreads really easily on the skin, but with this I noticed that it gripped a little bit more, so I had to use more of the foundation. I did notice that my face did look noticeably brighter and even compared to the times that I wore the foundation by itself. For the overall pros, I am happy that this has the highest protection that you could get in Asian sunscreens, which is the SPF 50+ PA4+. This does feel gentle, and it is fairly light considering of how much I do apply on my face. Also, I like the amount that you get of this product for the price. That's one of the main reasons that I liked the Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence as well. As for the tone up aspect, I do like that it did brighten and even my complexion, and for the most part I did feel comfortable wearing this on its own. For the cons, I really don't like how easy this pills around my hairline, so I do need to take a reusable cotton pad and just go around my hairline and my eyebrows as well. For my in-between feels, meaning it's neither necessarily a pro or a con, the first point is I don't find this to be an easy application. As I mentioned before, I felt like I really did have to work it into the skin, and for those of us with normal to dry skin, it'll give us more of a tendency to pill and also have dry patches show up. But because the weather is warmer, I didn't find it as intense, so I think this can still be used for any skin type. Another point is the semi-matte finish. While I do like that finish, and after wearing this for an entire day, my skin still looked fairly the same. It didn't look too overly glowy. I do feel like that type of finish is causing the bit of dryness I'm experiencing. Overall, it's not entirely uncomfortable. I can still work with it, and again, because we are now entering the warmer months, I feel like I could still get good use out of this SPF. Another in-between feel point is me constantly questioning whether or not there is a cast going on. But for me in particular, not necessarily any of you watching, I find when I wore this previously trying to film this review, it looked like there was a blue tinge on my face. This camera I'm using does pick up color and texture a bit more than usual, but when I was editing the older version of this review, I was wondering what the hell was going on with my face because I noticed it was an off color. But like I said, to my human eye, I did not notice the cast. I did wear this sunscreen earlier on when I was going out for a walk. So for me in particular, I just can't wear this SPF when I'm filming. Otherwise, on a day-to-day basis, I really don't notice a cast going on. Another point for those of you with combination to oily skin, just keep in mind that I said this had a slight oily feel to the skin, and there was a little bit of a tack going on a while afterwards. The Klairs Midday Blue UV Shield has definitely had its rounds, but overall I am happy that the third version does have the highest protection so far, and it has the least cast compared to the other versions. I personally prefer sunscreens that are either a hybrid of mineral or organic filters, or just complete organic filters. But I did find the sunscreen overall enjoyable to use, and I do like reaching for it. And that is it for this video. Once again, I hope you found this review helpful and informative. If you did, please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel down below for future videos. Check out my blog. I do post a lot of reviews of individual products there that I don't necessarily film all the time here on YouTube. Also follow my Instagram where I post some skincare stuff here or there. The Purito sunscreen review is coming up. I've just been waiting for the Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence to come in the mail so I can actually compare the two for you all. Other than that, leave any comments if you have any questions or recommendations of other sunscreens I should try, and I will see you all soon. Ciao!